All right.
So let me just go right into it. So, tell us about yourself, right? The audience that will be listening would like to get to know you, know what you do, right? So, tell us about it.
All right. Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Chibuike, uh, popularly known as Kunta FX. I'm a creative entrepreneur slash music producer, and I'm also the head producer at Retro Studios and the creative director at Jambox Music,
Great,
which is
great.
also a new company coming up. Yeah.
Right. So, would also like to know about Jambox, right? What is Jambox, right? Just run us through the thought process of what the business is.
Okay, Jambox is a recording company here in Lagos, Nigeria. We're a startup. We started about a year ago, and our core vision is to, create musical content, visual content, everything that relates to art in a very Afrocentric way, if I can put it that way. You understand? We have different kind of music in the music industry, but ours is quite different because it's Afrocentric and it's also alternative. So that is our core mission, to create such content.
Can I ask what is Afrocentric? What is it? Why is it different?
It's different because obviously we are in Africa, right? The origin of our kind of music stems from what Fela did with Afrobeat,
Yeah.
fusing jazz and Afro sounds together. Do you understand? So we are trying to make a modern sound of Afrobeat, fusing jazz with African music. So we call it Afrocentric music. Do you understand why it calls it Jambox? Yeah.
Okay, great. So jazz meets Afro beats.
Yeah.
Interesting, interesting,
So
interesting.
jazz meets Afrobeat, jazz meets Afro rap, Afro, everything you can think of in Afro music. There's always a spice of jazz in it.
Yeah, great. Maybe maybe that's why I really liked like your EP that you shared with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a different sound. At least for some of the songs, it was something. It took me out of what I was used to, right? So
Exactly.
I feel like I need to ask now, like, so how did you stumble upon this, right? How, most people go the norm, right? They follow the norm, what is already working for other artists. How did you stumble upon like this Afrocentric?
Well, I think it stems from, first of all, our background as Africans. Understand, we grew up listening to African music, and I'm so lucky that I have a father that loves listening to music. So he listens to Fela, he listens to jazz music, he listens to all this music. So I have like a collection of all these songs in my house when I was younger. You understand? So that nostalgia feeling I always have then, I don't have it now. You understand? The music that we have now is quite different. So I do somehow, maybe God has just been following me. I never thought I would even be a producer. Do you understand? But it was just my curiosity of trying to fuse these sounds together and landed me on FL Studio. You understand? And I started fusing all the sound, and I realized that, oh, okay, it's making sense. Do you
Yes.
understand? And people around me like you too, encouraging us and telling us what we're doing is nice and all that. So I think that was how it started. You understand? And by the grace of God, we are gaining ground. There are results to show for it.
Great, great. I like how you ended on that note because it leads me to think about like the next question I want to ask is, as a
Mhm.
as a founder also myself, right? There are moments where I am proud, right? Based off what we have done, what we have achieved, right? I would throw that question to you, like your greatest achievement to date, right? What's that thing that when you look at yourself and like what you've done with your company, right? Like you're proud.
Mhm. Well, we've released 2 EPs this year, and I'm also working on my own project. So releasing the first project was one of my greatest achievements because releasing a project is not easy, I won't lie to you, especially a music project.
How
For
difficult
down from
how difficult is it? Like run us through for
down
the for
from
people
down
that don't
from
understand.
like down from making the beats to
Yeah.
writing to recording to mixing to mastering. I heard someone said when I went for his listening party, he said he has been working on that album for 11 years.
Hey.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. Do you understand? You might be working on a project and something might happen, life might happen,
Yeah.
and your attention will just be divided. But for us now, within 6 months of inception, we released an EP. Do you
Mm.
understand? Which is doing well on Spotify. You know, it's one of the greatest things I've accomplished as a creative director in Jambox. So
Yeah.
it's worth celebrating.
Awesome. So, I also feel that too, right? In terms of, like creating something from an idea, right, that you thought about and then bringing it to life, right? That's something to be very proud of, right?
Exactly.
As simple as it sounds, 90% of people can't do it, right? Most people
I swear.
they just think about it, but they never get to do it, right? So I'll get a little bit more real with you, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Running a business, running a record label, I know how challenging that might be, especially when, I'm not going to put words into your mouth, but especially when resources are very limited, right? So let me ask this question, right? I'm not even going to ask you what your challenges are now. I would just say, what do you think, right, in terms of challenges that you face, ultimately like made you want to stop or almost kill the business, right? Say, you know what? Because running a business, some days you are like, yes, let's go and get it. Some days you are like, oh, like say this thing, right? So it happens. So what's that thing for you, or what are those things for you that you would say, challenging to you that almost ultimately, made you like, oh, more, I don't think I want to do this anymore or something.
Well, first of all, if you come from a place where I come from, Nigeria, you understand where the economy is very peculiar,
It's
if I can
peculiar.
put it that way. You are automatically handicapped. Do you understand? And also having to source for finances for your business
Yeah.
by yourself is a very great challenge too. You understand? Like you said, having an idea is one, executing that idea is another thing. It's always idea is very easy, and it's always the sweetest part. To conceive idea is very sweet, but it's to actually start working on the idea that is where the problem is.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Some of these ideas require funds and resources. Do you understand? So we try to, do as much as we can. You understand? But the challenge we have is still the challenge we have until we find a solution to it. You understand? So finances majorly is one of the challenges I face when
Okay.
running my business.
What
But
about
somehow we always keep.
What about production? Like for a place like Nigeria, where lights, so many things could go wrong. If I
I
start
feel.
thinking about listening it, right? So many things could go wrong, right? So what about like production, right? What are some of like, you know, one or maybe a case study or story where this thing just, I'll tell you one for us, right? Tinubu entered became president and said, no fuel subsidy. Right? Price went 3 times. We're already charging 2 times more. And then he said, so 3 times more. So do we charge 6 times more? Nigerians will not pay. Right. So that's it. Like in terms of production, what was it for you?
Well, I was fortunate enough, to see this coming. If I can put it that way. Before Tinubu entered, I was like, come on, if this guy entered, I need to find a solution to my business or whatever it is I'm doing.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I knew fuel might be a problem as at then. So I had to switch my model of business from the physical part to being online. You understand?
Okay. Okay.
Normally as a producer, you're supposed to, always invite people to come over to come and record
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So we had to switch our mode of operation to service people online. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Like buying books online, listening to music, streaming our songs, creating content online and all that. And power where I'm living, I don't like you are enjoying life.
Okay.
You understand? When it comes to power, yes, that one got sorted out. Do you
Mhm.
understand? So I thought of all these things, that would actually affect me if this man comes in. You understand? And to glory be to God, it has been going quite smoothly. You
Yeah.
understand? So whatever business it is you are doing, you have to also, think of the fact that if the economy is this way, can I survive? Do you understand? If it's
So,
going the other way, how can I do that? Okay, let
how
me
can
just
I?
try to move ahead. And if I'm not doing much, let me keep moving. You understand? So everybody's online. Technology has taken over. So you need to find a way to challenge your business to, get. So
I see. I see. I really like that, right? You know, it's more about like pivoting into something like following the trend of the time and then using it to your
yeah,
advantage. Right. I
yes.
really like that. So, like I said, I want to get in with you. Like the next question is, in terms of what you're currently doing right now,
Mhm.
what did you underestimate when you started? And what did they show you shaking now? Like, so, when I have an idea in my head that it builds up, and then you're calculating all the millions, all the billions you're making. When you start executing, you see it's different. What are some of those things that you underestimated when
Let me
you?
tell you something. Let me tell you something. You don't like. I quit my job twice in 4 years.
Oh my God.
my
My God.
my 9 to 5 job. And those decisions stemmed from having an idea that will
Yeah.
change my life in the next 6 months.
The next
Do you understand? So,
it's changing your life. It's not just
do you understand?
want it to change.
I was sleeping before I looked. I was just jumping. Do
I know what that
you
is.
understand? When I started, I realized that, oh, man, not be so easy. Yeah, do you understand? So, obviously, there are many things that I've done that I regretted. I'm also trying to understand. The fact that you are always learning from it, you won't really think about it as a
Mm.
setback. You understand? So, like you said, it's always good to try and fail. If you don't
Yeah,
fail, you won't learn. You
yeah,
understand? So,
totally. But what's something that you underestimated? Like, so for example, for me is, you know, and for the viewers that would see this, right? So I'm the co-founder of technology startup that operates a transport business, right? For me, what I underestimated was the ability for drivers to register on our platform. I thought it would be easy, right? Once you tell them this is
oh,
what we're doing, they are going to come in. In fact, what I thought would be hard was getting customers, right? People that would ride. Apparently, that was not hard at all. People wanted to use us, right? We were rejecting people at some point, but we couldn't get drivers to come on the platform. We had to beg them to come on the platform. That was something we really underestimated, right? Uh, because we saw Uber doing it, it looked easy. We said, it would be easy for us to do it, right? So I guess, yours will be very unique, right? I'm trying to see what was one thing when you said, okay, for example, it could be, you know, getting to, a million streams,
yes.
and then
Yes.
you underestimated how much work
Okay,
you had
hard
to
it
put
is.
into. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where that question is coming from. Like, what's something that you under?
Okay. Okay, I think the first EP we released under Jambox, we had expectations. I'm not lying to you. Get we thought, oh, with this little budget we have, get like at least 500,000 streams. But in reality, it wasn't so.
Yeah,
You understand? But we were so excited about what we were creating that
yeah,
we were not thinking of the fact that we had to actually push what we were creating. Just feel,
yeah.
oh, this person here, they must like it.
I
You
must like it.
understand? But
Yeah.
in reality, even the whiskey that we think is popular, he pays for promotion. You
Yes,
understand? That
yes,
is one of the things. We always
yes.
think, oh, since we are talented, we must. But reality, dawned on
I,
us and we realized that, oh, we had to,
I mean, so
source of
what I'm hearing is a little bit of neglect towards promotion and PR.
promotion.
Right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. I think also that affected me because I also thought, oh, we have something really good. The idea is really good. We are solving a problem. They go come. They did not come. Right. So, in terms of the projects that I'm thinking about to do later in the future, I'm already structuring how to market, how to put promotion from day one, right?
Yeah,
Because yes, you have something really good, but you need to attract the crowd that you want, right? They
yes. You
come
always need to be in their faces every day. They should be tired of you, self.
exactly,
You understand?
exactly. Because sometimes they don't know that you are what they want, right?
Yeah.
till they get exposed to it more and more, right? So, totally understand that part. Totally understand
So
that.
that also coming back to the music we are making, right?
Yeah,
When we are making this kind of music, when people listen, they say, but this one is not the kind of music I'm playing in the clubs now. You understand? Sometimes I tell them, you don't know what people want. Look
yeah,
at Portable, for example. You know the kind of music he's doing, but come on, he has fans.
yeah.
Do you understand? So they don't know what you want until you give it to them.
Until you give it to them, yeah, true, true, true. So yeah, let me quickly, because we're like fast spent on time, right? So let me quickly jump into the next question to say, what are your biggest lessons? Like, what have you learned so far being an entrepreneur, right?
Hmm.
If a
First of all,
if a kid, let me reframe the question. Like, so if a kid should come up to you, like let's say a 17-year-old or 18-year-old, come up to you and say, I want to do this, I want to do business, or I want to do this thing that you're doing, but I'm scared. Like, what is that thing that you tell that is in that? See what I learned, right? And this is how you could.
so first of all, I learned to be patient. Because
Okay.
patience is very, very key. You understand? You might conceive an idea. That idea, with your own mind, you might think it should take 6 months for that idea to be executed. But in reality, it might take 6 years.
True,
You
true.
understand? Having an understanding that you need to be patient is very key.
Yeah.
You understand? And consistency too. Because if you think you've done something, don't worry, you've never started. You know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
people that have done, they have done more than what you've done in a
Oh,
period of time.
yeah.
You understand? Patience, being consistent, and telling yourself the truth.
True.
Because you have to acknowledge where you are at the moment and the limitations you have, what it is you can achieve as it is right now. When you are telling somebody about your idea, you don't have resources, they are making them that they are trying to bring them into your team to come and join you, but you don't really have anything to show the person. You're
Yeah.
just your word of mouth.
Yeah.
You understand? You need to
Like
tell yourself the truth. No matter how juicy the idea might be, you need to always tell yourself the truth.
the truth.
You understand? And not maybe everybody when you carry your business, go give them money. No, but they are not compelled to give it to you. You
Yeah.
understand? You also have to, have that strong mind of people telling you no.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
think your idea is good enough. Sorry, I can't invest in you. It might break you because the ginger used to enter that place now. I have this idea, but
I maybe I'll say this for later, but I've been there, right? I've been in the point where we have agreed terms. We don't agree everything, and then it just breaks up. They ghost you, but life moves on. You're not gonna start with they do. So, but
exactly.
yeah, I get that lesson, right? I think also for me is I would also put patience as one of my top three, right? Because I've learned to be patient. I've learned to understand that, it will happen. It will happen, but maybe not at that time that
That time.
you set for yourself, right? Also, this is just sidetracking. I would also ask you, what do you think about timing, right? What role does timing play in terms of succeeding in your venture that you're doing?
I think it's all about how you prepare yourself.
Okay.
To understand, there's a place you are heading. You know, before when you get to that place, you will not be the same person, and you must not be the same person before you get to that place. So there's some knowledge you need to have. There are some skills you need to acquire.
Yeah.
You understand to get to that place. So anything can happen. You might parading yourself like me, for example. I'm parading myself as I am a producer. Do you
Yeah.
understand? There's a place I will get
If I read
in
it.
life that I want this knowledge that I have that I can use that time to build my skill, to
Yeah.
build myself. So opportunity might come at any time. You understand it, but it's when you are prepared. You
Yeah.
understand. So timing to me is they call it serendipity or whatever it is. You understand. So but when you are prepared and it happens, you understand. The people I'm featuring on my project, normally if I've gone to meet them that I'm working on the project, they'll say, when you're ready, send the beat. But
Yeah.
every time they come around, the beats they hear, I don't have to tell them, begging guy, please, I want to be on.
I want to be
Do you
on this.
understand?
Yeah, yeah,
That's also timing too. You
yeah.
understand? Because I prepared myself for that moment. You understand? So
I get
this
that.
is it.
I get that. So one final question and then we wrap up, right? It's, you know, aside from Jambox, because I know that we as entrepreneurs, you know, we as business people, we as creatives, right? We are jack of all trades. Right? We do
Yeah.
everything. Right. Aside from Jambox as being the creative director, what else are you up to these days? What else are you doing? Right. This is the point where, you know, we get to sell ourselves, right? And then see, we don't know who is watching, we don't know how far this could go, right? Or this is going. So, you know, what are you up to?
Yeah, aside from Jambox, now we switch like to music, entertainment business. You
Yeah.
understand? It's not just music. We do artist management, we do A&R duties. We also have songwriters too, and we're affiliated with, you understand? So event planners too, you understand? So it's like a full-blown entertainment company, not just specific to music. So
Yeah.
we like the jack of all trades in the music business. So I'm a creative entrepreneur. So anything you need in the music business, we can get it for you.
Good, good. So, you know, totally get you on that. Thank you so much for, you know, sharing your wisdom, sharing your learnings. You know, looking forward to touching base, you know, once
Yeah,
your EP is out, right? Make we promote them. Let's promote it. Like let's be
yeah.
out there. So disclaimer for the audience that will be listening to this, right? You know, his last project was something that I was a big fan of, right? And I'm not just saying it because he's my friend, right? I'm saying it because, like, I'm a critic. If your work is not good, I might not tell you, but I will not hype it, right? You know, but its last project was really something good. Maybe you can give a shout out to that project, right? In case people would want to check it out.
Okay, the name of it is Nostalgia. It's a 7-track EP. Has different sounds. You must like something. You must like one because I had to speak to different minds with the project. Has 7 songs. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you pick one that speaks to your soul. So it's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's Nostalgia, it's on Deezer, Boomplay, and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Just search Kunta FX Nostalgia album.
So Kunta FX Nostalgia album on
Yeah,
Spotify, upon all platforms.
yes, all platforms. Yeah.
Great stuff. Great stuff. So thank you for being on the Emenike Olume show. You know, we're happy to
Thank
have
you for having me.
here. We're happy to learn from you, right? And we're happy to share, you know, your learnings, you know, to the world. And hopefully, we all get to see ourselves at the top. We get to learn from each other and see ourselves,
Amen.
right?
Amen.
Thank you very much. We're fast spent on time, right? You know, let's catch up some other time.
So, no, thank you, bro.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. So I'm ending the recording.